I was in my office, the soft glow of my desk lamp illuminating the papers and the faint hum of my computer keeping me company in the silence. The house was still, save for the occasional creak of the old wooden floors. I liked working late. It helped me focus, helped me avoid thinking too much. But then I heard it. A dull thud echoed from the basement like something heavy had fallen. I froze for a moment, my pen hovering above the paper. My first thought was that it must have been the old shelves. They were unstable, and I had meant to fix them months ago. Probably nothing, I muttered under my breath. Still, the unease gnawed at me. Reluctantly, I grabbed the flashlight from my desk drawer and headed toward the basement. The wooden stairs creaked under my weight, the sound louder than I expected, amplifying the tension that prickled at the back of my neck. When I reached the bottom, the beam of light from my flashlight danced across the walls, revealing dusty shelves, old boxes, and shadows that seemed too eager to stretch into the corners. Nothing was out of place. No fallen objects, no signs of disturbance. I lingered for a moment, my ears straining against the silence. Then, with a shrug, I turned back. Just my imagination, I said, heading upstairs. The hours passed, and I drowned myself in work, letting the incident fade from my mind. By the time I finally decided to call it a night, my body ached from sitting too long. I prepared for bed, brushing off the lingering unease. But as soon as I sat down on the edge of the mattress, the sound came again. Thud. This time it was louder, closer. I sat there, unmoving, my heart thundering in my chest. My eyes darted to the mirror across the room, and that's when I saw it. A man. He was standing behind me, or so it seemed. He wasn't in the room, but in the mirror itself, his face faintly illuminated by the dim light of the bedside lamp. He looked like me, yet there was something off. His eyes seemed darker, his posture more rigid. I swallowed hard, fear creeping up my spine. "Who's there?" I managed to whisper. The man's lips curled into a faint, almost mocking smile. His voice was calm, yet it carried an edge that made my skin crawl. I wanted to deny it, to tell myself this wasn't real, but I couldn't look away. My reflection, his reflection, was still, even as I turned my head to glance over my shoulder. There was no one behind me, only in the mirror. "Who are you?" I asked, louder this time, trying to muster some courage. He tilted his head, studying me with an unsettling calm. "I am what you refuse to see." I shook my head, stepping back from the mirror. "This isn't real. You're just a hallucination. I'm tired, overworked." The man chuckled softly, the sound low and resonant, like it came from somewhere deep within my mind. "You can tell yourself that, but we both know the truth." I could feel the room shift, the air growing colder. My breaths came faster, and the shadows in the corners seemed to stretch, creeping closer with each passing second. "Stop this," I demanded, though my voice betrayed me quivering. The man in the mirror leaned closer to the glass, his expression darkening. "It's time to remember," he said, his voice dropping to a whisper. And then, as I stared, his hand reached out, not toward me, but through the glass itself. The surface rippled like water, and I stumbled back, my legs hitting the edge of the bed. I wanted to run, to scream, but my body refused to move. The last thing I saw before the room plunged into darkness was his hand breaking free of the mirror, reaching for me. When I opened my eyes, I was back in my office, slumped over the desk. Papers were scattered, my pen lying on the floor. My heart was racing, my breaths shallow. The room was silent, the house eerily still. I looked around, disoriented, my mind grasping for answers. Had it all been a nightmare, a trick of exhaustion? But as I stood to stretch, I caught a glimpse of the mirror on the wall. For a fleeting moment, I thought I saw movement, something or someone watching me. And then it was gone.